guys, this is Cadma from Bitten Apple TV in conjunction with It Came From The Radio at Big AppleCon. That's right, both apples are taking a bite out of each other. Now we're here with Devon, the Daywalker, the Blade. He's ultimately Blade. Now when I go to conventions and I spot this dude, I know it's him. I'm like, oh my God, I know you. But what I want to ask you is, obviously you're very inspired by Blade. So when it comes to the movie as well as the comic, what about the character, I guess, did you really relate to in that aspect? Because a lot of times when you pick your favorite hero and you like really connect with them, what was it about Blade that made you just go, that's me right there?
The similarities were uncanny. We're both martial artists, you know. We're both behind the scene type heroes. I related to that, and the connection between the character with myself and how he like cares about his mother, because that's what it's all about. That was like, I'm sold. That's it. That's for me. So I automatically got the connection. And shout out to my grandfather, because he's the one who introduced me to Blade. Yes, I was a Spider-Man fan. Why are you always reading those? You don't know any black superheroes? I'm a kid. What? So he goes into the back, brings out Tomb of Dracula, number 10. We open it up, and here you see Blade in green pants. And I'm like, what is that? That's not a superhero. But we're both reading it, and it automatically clicked. So this is nothing new that you're seeing.
Oh my God, I love that backstory for it, because everyone, like I said, you find that connection, and you're like, that's me. So now when it came, and shout out to your mom, because that was the first thing you mentioned. Good mom. So when I try cosplaying, I'm like, I'm supposed to be Lara Croft today from the new version, but I'm kind of okay-ish here. But doing cosplay is not easy. So when it came to sort of putting this all together, I mean, how long did it really take you to really kind of just get that solid feel like this is how I feel like I'm supposed to look?
I can answer that, but it's really gonna be.
No, go ahead, love. However you want to answer it.
Right. For me, it's a way of life. So it was a combination of what I was already doing combined with what was already going on. Cosplay just gave me a lane to do what I wanted to do, and I saw this world. I was like, okay, but I was always rocking a trench coat, you know what I'm saying? And the martial artist, so all of those things played in together for me to do it. As I graduated in this art form, I no longer consider myself a cosplayer. Shout out to Prince. I'm the artist formerly known as a cosplayer. So I go by a cos performer. I'm a cos performer because I'm a tribute artist. And shout out to Wesley, who shows my page so much love. Legend of the Daywalker on Instagram. Shows me so much love while I'm doing this thing. This is an amazing ride. So it's just a combination of what I was doing. I had my own heroes before. So I was like, you know what? Let's put that to the side and take on the mantle of Blade. Now, here's where it gets tricky. As an artist, how would he look in my world? I could easily do the haircut. The hair grows fine. I easily could have did the bald head thing, but I was like, I want to be different. I want to be original. And again, shout out to Wesley for recognizing that part to be an original Blade. Because when you see my vest, iconic, I had to change that. So just little small subtleties you can do. I call that cosplay remix. When you take a cosplay and you make it your own.
Because you really tweaked it. Because I know when I see you at conventions, I know it's you. Like, there's no like, is that so-and-so? There's no question. I'm like, no, I know who this dude is. Now, you've mentioned martial arts. And what kind of martial arts have you trained in?
Woo! Our home is ninjutsu. When we say ninjutsu, Genbuken Ninpo. That's a very traditional ninjutsu. There's also capoeira. You know, again, because Grandpa and Dad had to make sure you pick up some things and get that in there. That's an African Brazilian art. We say African first because that's where it originated. There's also elements of Kung Fu, you know. Who wasn't inspired by the Shaw brothers? So we had to go, right? So we had to go get that Kung Fu in there. There's also Taekwondo, you know. So there's all styles that's just combined in with a mixture of myself and represent it, and again, in Blade in his own different ways. So we're going to tackle elements that wasn't seen. So you'll see the Kung Fu, you know what I'm saying?
Mantis, he looks very Southern. I'm from the north. Shaolin's daddy, but I'm Eagle Claw. So how long, so you've been training in martial arts since you were a kid then?
Yes, since 3. What do you know at 3? I personally took it serious like, let's say about 5, 7 years old.
Now, when it comes to the different styles, like I did a little bit of Japanese style myself, but I found that my heart is really in the Chinese form of fighting. And I've tried other styles as well. What sort of, I guess, about the styles that you like about it the most? I like the flow of the Chinese Kung Fu. Not that the other martial arts don't have a flow, but their dance beat is different. It's almost kind of like dancing to salsa and then dancing to hip hop. You can love the music, same kind of similar. You got the movements, everything down, but it's a different love for it. So what was it about, I guess, the forms that you picked that made you go, this is me? Like, what about that aspect as a martial artist?
Let's talk martial arts. To me, martial arts is a tree. And on that tree, you're going to have different branches. So you're going to have your Taekwondo, your Jiu-Jitsu, your Aikido. Whatever sword style works for you, that's what you go with. You know, growing up in Brooklyn, shout out to BK, you know, and just like a New York thing, the first thing we see is karate. You find Kung Fu and all of these things. But let me go back a little personal. I started out karate, but at the end of the night when the dojo was finished, my sensei taught me ninjutsu. So that tweaked it and everything because karate, for me, like you said, the beats were pop, 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 right? But when I got into ninjutsu, it was more slap, slap, pat, pat. Then when we get into Kung Fu, so now it changed more. So the fluidity, and I had like so much energy in me. So the pop, pop, pop didn't work for me, and that's no disrespect to anyone who does karate, you know.
It's not, but the rhythm is different. It's like trying to do one dance and then suddenly like, what? Oh, no, this rhythm isn't for me. This isn't for me.
You will find people that just do karate that may beat a ninjutsu. It's all in all how you use your sword style. Yes, it's whatever works for you, you know. So I don't knock any style. You do what works. That's what Bruce Lee said.
So now also for my viewers, I'm on his Instagram, but it's always good for people to hear themselves from you, that they want to see the next convention that you're going to go to. They want to take a picture with the Ultimate Daywalker. By the way, if you guys check out his Instagram, he has a picture with Wesley from his birthday, and they met. Like, that is freaking awesome. But where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram. I'm very easy to reach. Legend of the Daywalker, all one word. I interact with let's say just about everybody, because as this thing has grown, you know what I'm saying, I give thanks. You develop relationships with people in Japan, Germany, Sweden, Spain, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just this kid from Brooklyn who just took a love for what he did and took it beyond serious. So people find me. So again, Legend of the Daywalker.
Make sure you guys go back, follow him, see what he's doing, and then you guys get to see him actually perform in person. Performance. Yes, in person. He's really amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.